what change agent or kind of internal champion have you seen as the best person to spearhead this transition?
You want to go first, Rachel?
I think a product leader is a great one, right? Because so in my experience, when I'm often having this conversation, is I'm talking to somebody in a leadership role in product, and they're saying, it's obvious to me that I'm lacking some information, I'm lacking some clarity about my organization, and I need better metrics, I need better dashboards. I can't see what's going on, right? They're having some sort of existential crisis about feeling like they're losing their ability to provide good information and direction to their teams. And so often that's an R&D leader, often a product leader, and they're a great person to sort of all of a sudden like have this revelation of, wow, it would be great if I, had better access to information about how we're investing, if we could make better, smarter decisions about how to shift those things over time. So that's a place I often see this manifesting. I would bet you see other things as well, Becky.
No, I think you're totally right. It's usually people start to have some sort of a problem, or sometimes it's not really a problem, it's stagnation, right? So using example, I joined a company at one of my last company where they were growing, they have a really good customer, then be like, everyone said, okay, now what? Do you have a customer? We kind of go there, then now what? We're not like go to the next level. So that was the moment where like, hey, we need a product leader. So then I come in and help to build the first product organization. And one thing I led is the strategic planning. I asked them to say, hey, if our revenue, we have a double our revenue for next year. The funny thing is, I say, wait, let's go to a room. Let's everyone get a piece of paper, like get executive team together to say, what do you think? How are we gonna go to double our revenue, right? So everyone has different strategy. Right, you get a new verticals, international, so you go enterprise, you go freemium, like 6 different strategies in the room. Imagine if you don't have someone to get that together and align where we're gonna go, then they just go to teams, ask them to do different things. And teams say, how do I prioritize apples and oranges and grapes, right? It's different, you can't even prioritize that. So that's the first thing, is to align our strategy. The second part is say, hey, you don't say I can only pick one. So we pick the main strategy, which is double down our existing business and making it more scalable, faster installation, because we can realize revenue faster because we haven't taken over the market yet, but we were leading. But we also want to invest in the future. So we put a small investment, like 10% of our resources on something else. So that 10% of the investment, 3 years later, become the biggest product line of the company. But we weren't ready. We had to build the core, expand that, and invest on what we're going to build for that small area. It's nascent, or we can't just put a bunch of money. Sometimes money or resources doesn't get where you need to be. So having that alignment on strategy and understanding, what kind of areas sort of investment on nascent, it's really something where, to answer the earlier question, say, what is changing is that people feel something's off, but they can't figure out what is off. And that's quite often, that's the moment you say, hey, we don't do portfolio management. Maybe we should take that principle and figure out where we are, where are the things that, preventing from us to grow faster or give us new ideas where we are. How do we handle all the things we have?